Welcome back. Today, we want to talk about that sting of rejection we feel when things don't go well on an interview. We want to talk to you about how to bounce back from that feeling.
Yeah, there's a real place that job seekers can get stuck when it comes to rejection. We're humans, right? And oftentimes, what we'll do is we will say, pull up your bootstraps, keep going. But the energy, like what you're bringing to the job search can be heavy. And so, the best way to negate that first is to give yourself a minute. It can be really overwhelming to feel rejected. And so giving yourself the time and space to lick your wounds a little bit, do some good self-care, go for a walk, connect with friends, offload some of the heaviness of the fact that this is a challenging road that you're on.
Also, the way we get rejected now feels so heartless. I mean, we've had clients and students go through 5 or 6 rounds of interviews and then just not hear or get an automated email. And I think just understanding that, unfortunately, the way things are done now with the advent of digital tools and now even more so with AI, that sting is going to feel a little bit worse because it's not even a human touch that can often be softened.
So just taking a beat and a breath and giving yourself the grace to feel the fact that that didn't feel so great. That's where you're going to start. Okay, and then the next one is to reality check your story, because oftentimes what we'll do is we go down the rabbit hole of, we could start with, I'm a loser.
Right.
This is not going well for me. Or anger towards, it's this system. It's the way things are set
It's
up.
this company. It's this person, right?
Yes, you can make it very personal.
Yeah.
And really, there is some truth in these stories. You want to talk a little bit about?
Well, I actually think one of the best things that our viewers should do is, if you haven't watched our video on how to end an interview, how to close out an interview, because what we teach you is a particular type of an interview close. And what it does is it makes sure that you know when you leave that interview, whether it be virtual or in person, you really know where you stand. Because that sting often comes from the expectation, like, I know I got this, and then it doesn't happen. And so we want you to know when you're leaving that interview, if you're being advanced or if you're going to be offered that job. So take a look at that, because it is that expectation of going in and feeling really great, and then time goes on, and then you start doing that I'm a loser, or, oh my God, I really blew that kind of narrative.
The case for every reason why you're not getting hired.
And then it slows you down, because you need to continue to build that pipeline or fill that pipeline. And if you're feeling like you're a loser, you're not going to have the energy or the motivation to do that.
And this is also a great place to really look at, what did I learn from that interview? What did I gain from that? What is something that maybe isn't landing? I'm going to set up some practice with people that I know are going to give me good and honest feedback, so that I don't get stuck in my brain going off of the fact that this might be a really challenging job seekers market. And so it's giving yourself the reality check, but then also opening yourself up to, what can I learn to motivate me to keep going?
Right. And I think it's also important to look at what you've done well. So I think, just think about it. There might be 4,000 or 5,000 applicants for that job, and you may be one of 50 who got that screening interview. So allowing yourself to feel some gratitude and some pride in the fact that you made it through that first very difficult gate is a good thing to help build your confidence back up.
And then the last one is really setting good expectations. And rejection does come with the territory, right? When you're out there and you've got your irons in the fire. Do you want to say something about that?
Well, one thing I like to talk about is, when you do land, remembering what it felt like to be looking. I find whenever I find an interviewer, a recruiter, a hiring manager who doesn't treat a candidate well, I just think, gosh, don't they remember what it felt like to be on the other side of the desk? So, and the empathy goes both ways, understanding that their recruiter nowadays might have 10 people to interview in one day. It's very draining. And so understanding that maybe they're not as prepared as you would like, maybe they don't respond as quickly as you would like, but piece of your expectation setting is having enough going on within your search so that one interview doesn't carry so much weight. And we know this when we're building partnerships with corporations. If we have a lot of, as you said, irons in the fire, when one calls up and says, "Now we're not interested," it doesn't sting so much. But when you invest all of your time into one opportunity,
like, this is the dream job.
Right.
This is the dream opportunity.
Right. And you just can't do that because it's a numbers game. So even when you are interviewing, even when you're on the cusp of even receiving a job offer, you should still be filling that pipeline with other opportunities so that A, you have a B and a C plan, but also so that the sting of that one rejection isn't quite so hard. Yeah.
So there you have it, the steps to bounce back from job interview rejection. If you like what you heard today, you can like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We put out free content every Monday. You can also learn more about our company, Prepare to Launch You, at www.preparetolaunchyu, like university.com.